Good evening, and thank you for joining me. Hello, Priscilla. Hello, Claire. Just wait for a few more people to join. Thank you for joining me. I'm Michaela, and I'm with you for the next hour. Hopefully, I can get to as many people as I can. It all depends on how Spirit wants to work with me on that this evening. I am here again with you on Friday at 9. So if you do enjoy this evening, please join me again on Friday at 9 p.m. Hello, Linda. North Wales, lovely. Is the weather bad over there, so we're just waiting for a few people, more people to join, and then we'll see where we go. There's in Staffordshire. Oh, Claire, Staffordshire, sorry. I think I got that right. Hello, goody, Tulane. Thank you for joining. We're just waiting for a few more people to join, then we can get going. Thank you for joining me this evening. I hope to get to you as many people as I can. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I work. Thank you for joining, Sandra. Sometimes I can go directly. Sometimes Spirit will take me in a longer way, and they make me work where they'll give me information. I'll feed it off to you, see where we're going. Hello, Sandra. And then we get our link, and then we go from there. It all depends on how they give it me on that evening. Never know. All I do is begin, and then I just wait and see what happens. Thank you for joining. Other people will come on as we're going, so please, just grin and bear with me. I will sometimes pause a little bit. It's probably just to catch up with the comments. Rihanna, hello. Thank Rhiannon. Thank you for joining. So it just goes like that. Right. Okay, let's see what we're doing. Okay, so I know I've got a young lady stepping forward, and I say young lady because that's how she wants me to address her and say. Hello, Jennifer, Sharon. I know this lady would have had downs, and she is absolutely bubbly as anything, life and soul of the party. I know there was a problem later on with something to do with her head, and she's telling me that, and she's making me feel almost like my head has to be strapped to keep still. So whether it was my head or my neck, but I feel that this is the area up here. And relationship wise, I haven't got that yet. I think I'm feeling that I know that she was a daughter, and I know she was a friend, and I'm not sure which way we're going at the moment with her. She did give me the name Faith. Now I don't know whether that was her name or whether there was somebody connected to her with that name. Because she did also mention Katie as well. So can anybody take this lovely lady? She was with me before we joined, so I wanted to pass on what I got just in case it was for somebody on here. we've got Katie new. Katie, would you understand this lady who would have had Downs? Can you understand her at all? Because the reason I'm asking you, because Katie was mentioned, and I'm feeling friendly kind of relationship, a friend, somebody I would have known. Right, okay, you don't know. Okay, that's fine, thank you. Well, can anybody take this? Not this lady. She would have had Downs, and I know that she had a problem later on with something that happened with her head, and she made me aware of that, and I felt like almost like I had to keep still, and my head was like strapped. I don't look like well, I had a meditation before I joined, so I wanted to feed off that just in case there was somebody that was on here that would have recognised this lady. Okay, thank you. Well, I'm going to carry on. I'm going to leave this lady just here at the side for now, just in case anybody does actually think, yes, I know her, because I'm really an acquaintance, a friend relationship, somebody I know, but it doesn't have to be somebody that I knew really well. It was somebody I knew to say hello. Linda, you saying your mum had a problem with her head, but is anything else we like that you get? Would you know? Would this be? Did your mum have? Because there was something to do with Down syndrome, and that is really important with this slider. I feel like it's somebody that I would have known, I would have said hello to. No Downs syndrome. Thank you, Kate. Okay, Linda, would you understand? You said that your mum had dementia. Would you understand? Was mum actually in a care home? Was your mum in a care home where there could have been somebody there that would have had Downs as well? She had a massive stroke on the day she passed. Okay. See, mm, that part goes, but we need the other part to make the picture. Would you understand, Linda, any other part about being in a care home and she would have known someone who was there with Downs? Right, okay. She was in a care home, yes. Right, let's just see where this goes, Linda. Let's see, because the pictures, I'm trying to build the picture, because I feel like that maybe No, I'm feeling that this Down syndrome lady would have been there too. So the chances are she could have been suffering with dementia or something like that herself. So, and so I'm feeling like that she was there. And I'm also feeling that if you understand something to do with my taste was different. Would that be make sense with Mum? My taste was different, and things that I would have used to have liked, I didn't like, and the things that I didn't like, I would have liked. If that makes sense, would you understand that? So I'm doing everything opposite. If that makes any clearer for you. We're lagging a bit with the time with the messages. So let's see, right, if we get lovely, yes, guys, thank you, Linda. So I'm feeling that everything's different. I want to try things that I would have normally enjoyed, I didn't enjoy anymore. I feel that with Mum that there was a lot of confusion, which we know with dementia, but confusion around how I feel like everything developed quickly, and there was a lot of confusion around that, and there was also um, a confusion and a question mark over Mum's passing. Would you understand that? I feel like there was questions needed to be asked, and things didn't quite sum up and make sense, and that's how I feel. I want to say that I was I wasn't expected to leave my physical body the way that I did. It was expected in a different way, and I think that was a big shock to yourself and family. And I feel that Mum's saying about that, and she's saying about and she's saying about that it's been mentioned that there was no time to say, right, thank you. No time to say goodbye. And I think this is what's been mentioned. And she's saying about you felt that there was no time to say goodbye. And she said there was no guilt or reason to beat yourself up about that, because she knew that you were there for her when when she needed you, and she knew that how much you cared about her and how much she was loved. And she said that she loved you so much too. And she said that she wants to thank you for all from the bottom of her heart for everything. Would you understand? Okay. She's mentioning about little sips of she's giving me little sips of a drink. Would you understand that Mum wasn't the best at drinking, and that when you went to see her, you would try and concentrate on giving her little sips of drink, because she's mentioning that you were still with her when she passed, and it was horrible. Because she's making me feel like with you, the little things that you did was really important. And she's saying that it was so unkind the way that she was taken off the earth plane, but her body, yes, Stringy, her body was ready. And she said she did not feel any pain. She knows that you've questioned that yourself as well. She didn't feel no pain. She said she'd gone and she didn't feel nothing. And she's telling me that, would you understand her saying that she's with her brother? She didn't. She didn't leave you, Linda. She's always with you. She's always around. Just, she left her physical body. Her physical body was tired, and she's she was ready to leave her physical body. And she said to her, something, she's mentioning about a red robin. Would you understand why she's mentioning about the red robin? And she's mentioning about that. She's telling me that love, the love that she had for you is always going to be the same, and she'll always be around you. And she said that she knows that lately things have seemed like they are a little bit off track, but she knows that things will be start looking up for you, and she wants you. She's telling me to tell you that you need to wear your smile again. You need to wear that smile again, because she feels that you've lost that smile. And she said, and she's got such a beautiful smile. That's what she's saying. And with that, Linda, I'm going to leave her love with you, and thank you very much for working with me. And see where we're going. Would anybody understand a gentleman in spirit called Philip or Phil? Philip, I'm collecting robins for the for her and that. I love her. There you go. So she knows. She's been there when that conversation's been going on. So would anybody be able to take a man, or either called, it's either Phil or Philip, or there's a connection to a Phil or Philip? I can see you said Bill, but let's say I'm sure it's Phil that I had, or Philip, but he did give me Phil, so I'm adding the Philip, so it could just be Phil. Or there is a connection to a Phil. Bill, okay. Right, let's go around a little bit more and see where we go. Right, for some reason, this man's showing me an ice cream man and making ice creams. So there is something to do with making ice creams or working, doing that, making ice creams. It, I'm feeling like I'm not putting some ice cream in a cone. I want to say July has been something significant, and that's either a birth anniversary or passing. I want to talk about. hmm, I want to talk about Richmond sausages. Crazy, but yeah, childhood memory possibly in yes, July. Would you understand the Richmond sausages, Rebecca? Richmond sausages. Yes, sausages. Okay, thank you, Rebecca. My dad had shop made ice cream sometimes. Okay. Let's give off a little bit more. Let's see where we go. Um, okay. But so I know this man would have really suffered with his legs, aches and pains as well, because he's making me feel I need to rub my leg because my legs are really, really aching. Aches and pains with my leg. Good evening, Cornelia. Good evening to anybody else who's joined. I've got to say about my achy leg. I want to give up a little bit more because I want to mention about my ach- my achy legs, and I want to mention about arthritis. I want to mention that an arthritic condition, and I want to say about also about I want to say the name G. I've got to mention G. Mm, right, and I'm feeling that there's been a stroke with this man. Yes, it was G. There was a stroke condition or something like that with this man. I feel like my words are not coming out right. I feel that um, I know what I want to say, um, but it just comes out in dribble. Thank you, Lucinda. Okay, Rebecca, let's go on a little bit more. Let's see what's going. Right, Rebecca, this man's telling me that I've got to put in what in my mouth, and he's telling me upheaval in your life. Would you understand why he's telling me that? He's saying there's been an upheaval. He's saying that the just hasn't been a break from one thing to another. And he's saying about there being light at the end of the tunnel. he's saying this light's just starting to flicker through, and you're just starting to see that, and things are just starting to unfold, and things are starting to get better for you. He wants me to mention that. He wants to mention about the support that you're getting from the spirit world, and the spirit world being around you. And at times they have had to comfort you because, you know, not you've not felt well, and you felt that everything is being piled on you, and you just feel like sometimes that you've just been swamped with everything, if that makes sense. Right. He wants to mention that. He wants to mention that you are a caregiver and you give off so much and for other people, but you don't ever really think about what you need. And he wants you to me to tell you that you need to take very much care of yourself as well. He wants you to know that it's okay to say no, if that makes sense. And he wants me to say to you that he can see that light at the end of the tunnel for you, and he knows that that is coming for you, and he knows that feels like it's been a long time coming. And he wants you to realize that you're not you're not selfish by saying no. You've got to start thinking about what you need, and your needs have got to come first. And he wants you to understand that what you so there's been something that's happened around you recently, and you feel like that you're very much to blame. And he wants me to tell you, no, it's you've got so used to taking the blame, and that's not the case. And he wants me to tell you that he's supporting you and he's around you. Lots of love from the spirit world coming to you, and he wants you to know that you are a lot stronger than you actually think you are. And he said he knows that you can change everything around, because it's that time for you. And I'm going to leave this love with you. Thank you for working with me, Rebecca. Let's see what we're doing. Well, I've got a lady coming through from Spirit. Now, she's got dark bobbed hair, short hair, bobbed hair. And she's telling me to say on the plumper side. She wasn't massive, but she was plump, and she was short and stocky. That's what she's saying now. She's putting in my mouth, short and stocky. I know that when she worked around the house, she would sing, and because I'm feeling that I want to sing, and I want to be happy and sing and do things around the house, but I want to sing as I go along. No, I'm not singing loud. I'm just singing to myself, and I'm happy. And anyone take this louder? Could be my mum, Christine. Could be. Right, Christine and Marius. Can I work with you, please, my love? It just feels right. I feel that I want to do all my little jobs and I want to sing as I go along. And if I'm not singing, I'm humming. I'm humming away. And sometimes I would even make my own tunes up, if that makes sense, Christine. I want to hum my own tunes, and I don't even really know what they are, but I want to hum my own tunes. And I'm feeling that this made me have a lot of joy, and I feel that it made me feel um, almost like it passed the day away a bit too. Because sometimes I didn't. I know we all can, and I feel like I didn't want to be in my own thoughts. So by distracting myself in that way, I just got on with what I was doing, and I didn't have to think or worry about things, if that makes sense. Because I feel that at times Mum would really worry about the most. She's telling me unimportant things, but she would still worry. She would um overthink things, if that makes sense. And I feel that Mum would overthink things, and it would be. She's saying sometimes I could make a mountain out of a molehill, and that's what she's saying. She's saying sometimes I could make a mountain out of a molehill. And she's saying that she realizes that now that things wasn't that important and things was able to be left undone. Would you understand that, Christine? Because Mum's making me feel that she was one of these people, if I start, I finish. But she's saying it was okay to leave things undone, like get the ironing out, do a couple of things instead of doing a whole basket and then put it away for another day. She's making me feel that kind of way, that it was okay to leave things undone. But she's saying that when she had her children, when she had you young, she wanted to always make sure that everything was just so. And I feel that she was one of these ladies that would plan the day ahead, lay the clothes out for the next day, um, and have everything prepared, ready for the next day. She's making me feel that she didn't like putting things off. She wanted them. And she's saying a little bit impatient at times. She could actually say that about herself. Lucinda, anybody that can take anything of this as well, please take what you can, because sometimes there's a message in a message. So sometimes it can split up and be for a couple of people or more. Just listen in and take what you can, please. She was very lovely at the moment and very caring. Right. Would you understand the need to prepare everything before beforehand, Christine? Hi, Alison. Hi, Ben. Well, it's taken a bit for you to come through, so I'm just going to carry on. So I'm feeling a little bit impatient with Mum, and I'm feeling that it wasn't impatient in a way that I could get ratty. It's an impatience inside myself that I want to get everything done, and I efficient, yeah. And that's how I feel, that everything, and she's telling me for everything to run according to plan, it had to be that way. It had to be. Um, she's she's also making me almost feel like what I'm I've got everything jotted in my mind, like as a plan for the next day. Like I don't know what we call it, can't remember, sorry. But she wants me to write everything down mentally, and I want to go, right, that's done, that's done, that's done. And I want to know that everything is done properly too. I want to make sure that everything is done properly, because I feel that, and she's saying to me, would you understand why she's mentioning cleanliness is next to godliness? That's what she's saying. Cleanliness is next to godliness. So I don't know whether that's something that Mum would have said, or Mum's just expressing what she felt. And choose a diligent as a homewriter, yes. Yeah, I get that with that. I feel that. And I feel that although it could feel sometimes a little bit the same, and it could get a bit monotonous at times, I felt like the singing and the humming got me through from one chore to the next, and it was my way of doing things and doing it that I didn't have to overthink everything. She always said that about cleanliness. Well, there you go. That's what she's telling you. So you know. Um, I know Mum wants me to tell you how much she loves you and how much she thanks you for the last part of her life. Does she say the latter part of her life? Because I know you was there for her in lots of ways. She said you went above and beyond for her. That's what she wants me to say. And she wants to send you all her love, and she wants you to know that she's always around you. And she's telling me to tell you to keep talking to her because she's listening. So I feel that that's what you've been doing, or you do. And she's telling me to tell you keep talking because she's always listening. And thank you so much for working with me, sweetheart. I'm going to leave her love with you. And let's see where now you're going. Well, I've got a lady coming through now, and she's saying to me, I'm saying, who are you? And she's saying, I'm Mama. I'm Mama. Now, Mama would have been Mama to everybody. She would have cooked for everybody. She would have seen to everybody. She would have waited on people hand and foot, and she loved it. She loved being right in the action. And you could always guarantee you go to a house and there'd always be a house full. It was a lovely, warm feeling, and it was a really, really, really tight community. She's mentioning gospel music as well. She's mentioning gospel music in the gospel church and her love of gospel music. So, can anyone take this lovely lady? Kay Weezy, can you understand this lady? That she addresses herself as Mama. There you go. I feel like that. You're welcome, Christine. I'm glad I can bring Mum, beautiful Mum, for her. Right. So, right, she's saying, I'm Mama. And that's how she's making me feel. She's making me feel that arms are wide and wide. Everyone can come inside and I'll feed them all. I'll look after them. And I won't care about sitting down myself. I just want to be on the go and look after everybody that's there. I want to make sure that they're fed, they're watered, and that they go away. And she's saying happy. I want to send everybody away happy. She's saying there's too much sorrow in the world. I haven't got time for that. That's what she's saying. That's her, right? Okay, lovely, thank you. Right, and she's mentioning, I've got no time for Sarah. I haven't got time for idleness. I'm not. She's saying you've got to get on with the good Lord's work. Would that make sense? She's telling me you have to get on with the good Lord's work. She said, and we don't have time to sit around being idle. I haven't got time to be sitting around being idle, but she would sing gospel songs, thank you, okay. Would you understand that I want to talk about the good Lord? Would you understand that? I haven't got time for for, all I've got time for is for the good, we haven't got time for idleness and the good Lord's work. She wants me to mention, um, okay, I love that, thank you, Nan. Mama, can you hear me? So she wants me to recommend there about stewing dumplings, and she wants me to mention as well about chicken and rice and peas. And she's on about yam, and she's saying about big pots and pots of food just cooking. And she's saying everyone used to think, where does she get the money? How does she manage to pay all this money for all this food for everybody and not expect a penny back? Beautiful gospel songs, lovely. And people used to try to bring her things, but she didn't want anybody to contribute to what she was happy to give, because she's saying if it was mine to give and mine to share, and she wanted to do that. That made her happy. That made her feel that she was doing something, giving something back. She's on about soup kitchens. Would you understand about soup kitchens earlier on, back in her life, about soup kitchens, about giving to soup kitchens? Not even. Thank you. Right, so she's mentioned, lovely. Right, so, okay. So let's see where this is going, because I'm feeling that we might have a split link here, because I'm feeling this Caribbean link, and I'm feeling that I want to give off to the community. I want to give back. I want to provide, and I'm not a taker, I'm a giver. That's what I want to do. I want to mention with this lady that there's so much love for everybody. She's seen the good in everybody, even the worst person She's seen the good in them. There was always a reason why they had turned bad. She always had an excuse for their behaviour, and she was truly, truly loved by a lots and lots of people. But so I know that she wants to come through. I can see a few of you that can take it. Um, that she wanted to come through because I know again that you give so much of yourself and take little back. And she's saying that don't ever, ever feel that that's the wrong thing to do, because she's on about the good Lord again will bless you for it. And she's saying about she believes that things, one good turn leads to another, and that's what she's saying. One good turn leads to another, and she's mentioning that, and she's saying that you can't always be stuck in the situation that you're in. See if that makes sense. Things can only get better once you've reached the bottom. You can. The only way you're going is back to the top. That's what she's saying. Once you've hit the bottom, you can only go to the top. That's what she's saying. And I'm going to leave her love with you and thank you. And we will talk a little bit now about different things, because I've seen in the comments that people have asked different things. Do I think the soul comes back and whatever? I don't think we truly ever leave our loved ones. I believe that that are that we. It's almost like you go into another room and you can't. They're in one room and you're in another. But I believe they watch us through our life, and they support us through our daily things. And when we're on our ups, they're there to pushing us on and cheering us along. And when we're on our downs, they're there comforting us. I believe that truly. I believe that when I lost my granddaughter, I felt that I found it really, really hard to believe that, and I felt that I lost a lot of my faith in that. But I know she's around me. I sense that daily. I smell her. I just know that she's there. And although she's gone from sight, I know with all my senses that she's around me. And the thing is as well, when you think, well, I can't see them, you can, because all we have to do is close our eyes and imagine them, and they're right there in front of us, and it will be like they're actually in the room with us. And that is what everybody needs to remember, that it's, oh, there we go, in 10 minutes from now, we have the lovely Julie Driver back with us. Please join for that. And make sure you do. And I want you lost your son. I'm so sorry about that, Ben. But don't ever think that it's final. Life ends and that is it. It's final. It's the ending, because I believe truly in all my heart that I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't think that um, there is another world that we go to, another place, another beautiful, everlasting world. And, you know, we can. meet all together again one day, and that's what will happen. We will all meet together and we'll get back, and it'll be like the biggest party going, and it'll be like, you know, that they've never ever gone away. And I want you all to know that truly that we do this on here with love for everybody, and to try and help you see that what we do and we work as is to show you that there is life after, and there is it, it isn't just an ending, and for you to realize that your loved ones are always going to be close to you. So, we might leave our physical body, but we are definitely around. And you know you really truthfully are on here because you really believe that yourself, and that's what you've got to keep telling yourself, that everything happens for a reason. And know we have tragedies and sadness, and we go through great traumas in our lives, and sometimes it is so difficult to understand, and you do actually sit there and question, why me, why me? But there's always somebody who is a lot worse off than us, and there's always somebody that needs that time and that smile and that medium to come and say, their loved one is talking to them and they're being around them and they're showing them signs, and they need to hear that, because when we're grieving and we're at our lowest, you know, we're looking for answers and we're looking for whys, and we're looking definitely for someone to blame. But one thing your loved ones will want you to know is that they will never ever be far away from you. Only but now others do regret them from our subconscious. I don't think that now. I think what it is we can't demand or expect spirit to come through how we want them to. I could sit here and say, oh, I want my mum to come through, I want so and so to come through. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to. Just because I want them to come through, maybe they're busy, maybe they're doing something else, maybe they're not ready to come through, maybe they think you need this other person more. This other person's got a bit more knowledge. This person can give you more information. There's always some reason why they'll send someone else through. Um, you've got to know that you're always going to wonder why, because nobody ever really knows the true answers to that. We're always going to question what happens when we go, and do they come back? Why do our loved ones send my auntie through and not my mum? And why doesn't this what person come through? And why don't they come through? Don't they love me anymore? Couldn't they get to heaven? You'll question everything, but the fact of the matter is they come through when they're ready, and you've got to believe that. Um, and I want you all to know that everybody that comes on here, you're all on here for a reason. You've been sent here, yeah, to Karen, exactly when the time is right. Yeah, because I think now that it must be quite a shock that things aren't how they seem when they're on the earth plane, and it must be quite a shock. But also, I think they come through to say, you know what, I was wrong. There is life after. And I think that's what they want to do as well. They want to show us that, and they want to say that there's more than you think. There's more than they think. they think that the airplane, when you get off the airplane, that's it, it's final, and that's it. But they come through to say, you know, I wasn't the likeliest person that you would expect to come through, but I'm coming through because, yeah, I was wrong. We have got, you know, there is another world. There is, the two worlds are connected. It's just a veil in between. And I want you all to know that you are truly, truly loved by the spirit world. And I hope that you do find peace coming on. And I hope you do find peace with the mediums that come on. I know that Veronica and does a lot of work to try and help everybody, you know, in their own way. And all the mediums that are on here are amazing too. And I'm with you again on Friday at 9 p.m. If you can join me, please do so. I'm sorry if I haven't got a message to you this evening, but hopefully we will in the future. And I want you to know that, remember, just close your eyes and imagine them there, and I'll be right there in front of you. And much love, and I'll see you Friday. Take care.